Hey, what's going on, crowdfunding fans? It's the brain of the mainframe here, Nile Scala. And as many of you may heard, our good pal, teen sensation Billy Tucci, is out with the flu. So tonight we have a special guest host, one of our producers, one of our lovely admin assistants, keepers of the chat, Mr. Travis Blevins.
Hi, guys.
Blevins.
Hey, how's it going? Let me put my...
Good, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Welcome. My name is Nile. Welcome to the show.
How did you get my house?
I tapped through the mainframe, and well, really, your dad just kind of.
I thought you were the mainframe.
Your dad broke into your own house and hooked everything up.
Nice.
The brain of the mainframe. So,
yes.
Blevins, man, so happy you can join us tonight, dude.
Well, dude, thanks for having me. I'm super excited about tonight's show.
Oh, yeah, we're Super Nile. That's right. Super Nile indeed, because I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling super. I have two amazing creators on tonight, Brian. I've got the lovely, talented ball of energy, just flinging fire at you, Miss Cara Nicole. And then we've got a pretty badass creator himself, Mr. Travis Gibb, later on around 9:30 tonight. So without further ado, my friends and Mr. Blevins, let's introduce our first guest, Miss Cara Nicole. Cara, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Doing great. Welcome back. So happy to have you.
So happy to be here.
So last time you were on the show, you were doing a campaign in Indiegogo. And was it Indiegogo and a Kickstarter? Or what did you do on that for your calendar?
So I did the Kickstarter, and then I put it into Indiegogo as a second chance. So you can still go to Indiegogo and you can get that calendar and those mouse pads and all of that as well, if you remember these guys.
Yes, the boob mites. Great wrist support.
Yes, and actually outside from the aesthetic, they're very, very comfortable. They're the best mouse pads I've ever used.
Is that your personal one?
Yeah, that's my personal one. I have one of each.
Very nice.
My Power Girl one. The one I showed was my Black Cat. So yeah.
Awesome. So right now you currently have on Kickstarter. Well, actually, first, you know what? Before we get into that, just real quick, let's get into a little bit of kind of like your origin story, just for anyone that hasn't seen you on our previous episode.
Okay, so quickie.
Quickie.
I was a comic book nerd growing up, and I found the opportunity to join a cosplay charity group. I did that, and then it just snowballed. I went to Phoenix Comic-Con. People started asking me, "Oh, you got Facebook? You got whatever?" And I'm like, "People want to talk to me? Like, nobody wants to talk to me unless they just want to be mean or whatever." And I won the costume contest at Geek Prom, and then I applied for some jobs at San Diego, and I ended up working for Marvel Comics. I've ended up working for Big City. It just blew up.
You worked for Marvel Comics?
I did.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I was one of their girls. And you remember the Captain America iPhone covers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my job to go around and get people to take pictures with them and post them to their social media. And they gave me a costume. And
oh, that's awesome. So, I didn't know that. Very cool. Okay, do continue. My bad.
Anyway, so yeah, it just kind of snowballed from there, started meeting people, and I started writing comics. I've always been very much into editing and writing and art and that sort of thing, but it was never something realistic. You don't do that. You go get a real job. And so this was just an outlet that was fun for me, and it just snowballed. I put out an Ashcan in 2012. I worked with other people, and it just kind of
just blew up.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's my origin story.
Yeah, because I mean, you're hitting conventions all over the country, right? And you're even doing stand-up, right?
Yes, I am. I actually, this weekend, I'm going to be in Sierra Vista. I'm a cosplay guest at their convention at the college, but I'm also hosting their comedy show. And I am also doing shows after hours in their local community at the Horned Toad. I'm either hosting or featuring a spot there. And I did the Planet Comic-Con last year. I did their comedy show with Lisa Correo, and I'll be back again doing that. I do comedy all over the place. I'll be in Safford some point, and I've got some comedy shows booked up there as well. So.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. So how many shows are you planning on doing this year? Do you have your itinerary?
idea. I don't have a full itinerary. I am going to be at Terrificon in Connecticut, and I'm going to be at PhoenixCon, obviously.
You doing Terrificon?
I will be at Terrificon.
Awesome.
Nile is
That
gonna
is
be at
that's
Terrificon.
my home turf. Perfect.
I'm gonna try to be at Terrificon.
You gotta be, dude. This year's like insane. Like Jimmy and Amanda are gonna be there. Palmiotti.
It's insane.
Like every DC voice actor is gonna be there. I'm gonna keep going back to the green room for waters and that I don't need. I'm just like, hey, how you doing? I'm Nile.
Yeah, I never do that. People say, like if I meet celebrities, it's because they come to me, and that has happened a lot.
Yeah.
Because I need to be out there with the people and the fans, and so I miss a lot of them. So
Papa Kanisu, Cara added 2 years to my lifespan. Add from that, Mandy Summers gave me a stream or two ago. I believe I'm approaching immortality. Another fan out there. So let's kick right into it. So this is awesome. You've got Firebitch coming out. This is kind of like I would almost say from what you've told me, I could be wrong, but it almost seems like like I would say like a passion project, really, like your first book, right?
Well, I did do a book in 2012 that was just a lot of fun with a friend of mine, and I've been a part of other projects. But this one has just been one of those fun things that just kind of starts off as a joke. People say how this gets started. My husband was drawing on an envelope at the bank. And he posted it online, and he was like, hey, give her a name. And Mike DeBalfo says, Firebitch. And we started talking and creating this environment and these stories, and it developed and snowballed. And there are so many Easter eggs in this story, so many like little things. So this is something you want to read multiple times.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. And before we get into everything, what I want to do is I want to play your Kickstarter video for everyone. It's like what, 2 minutes 30 seconds. You guys are about to see a true marketeer at their craft, because this is just high energy, just passion for the project. You guys got to check this out. I love this.
You need to get out of the way because the hype train is coming.
The hype train is coming. Woo woo. What's wrong with me, man? Come on now.
What up, bitches? My name is Cara Nicole, and I am bringing you my comic creation, Firebitch. Co-created, co-written, colored, and cosplayed by me. Firebitch marks a turning point for comics and cosplay. I am bringing you the chance to get in on the ground floor. I've been working in comics as a cosplayer, colorist, writer, and editor for the past few years, and I'm super excited to bring you a creation of my own. By now, you are dying to hear what it's about. Imagine this. You're an Instagram model, having a pretty good day, and suddenly you're accidentally sucked into a vortex and chucked into an alien planet. There's no way home, but there's more. With this tiny little detail of mysterious superpowers and incoming danger, what's a girl to do? Her hair, her nails, pedicure anyone? With Firebitch, I am bringing you some exquisitely beautiful art covers from some of the most successful indie artists in comics, and some from co-creator Albert Trujillo. With my colors, of course. Original concept, homage, and naughty covers. And let's not forget the alluring cosplay covers by me, which are sure to excite your imagination. I want to make sure that you get more with this campaign, and I am giving you lots of stretch goals to achieve with rewards I know you will love. Mini prints, lanyards, patches, trading cards. Those are just some of the things that everyone's going to get when we smash those goals. That's right. The more the campaign makes, the more you will receive. This is the 9th campaign that I've run, and I am confident in this book as it is already completely written and drawn. And with your help, we can get this to print and make Firebitch a reality. Thank you, and see you in the funny pages.
That's fantastic. I love that.
I had to juke and jive a little bit because I thought I was going to get hit.
Right? That's what I was
Yeah,
saying. I was like,
was it left?
So how long did it take you to actually get the book to the point where it is now? How long has this been in development?
Going from the envelope at the bank to now was it started in 2012.
Oh wow!
And then we've had other projects and just different things, and so over the past year, we've really been just honing it in, working on it. When we travel, we'll bust out the computer and just talk and write and just keep going, and we're always editing back and forth. And a lot of our writing comes down to just being mean to each other, honestly.
No, that's
it's we tease each other a lot. And so what starts out as just relationship teasing and banter just snowballs into ridiculousness and our stories.
Now, how's Alfred doing?
He's good. He's actually out tonight, so he will not be here. He had
now for those that don't. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, for those that don't know, now Alfred, he's doing the pencils. Is he pencil and inking, and you're coloring and writing?
Well, we're writing it together. But being the woman in the relationship, I'm a little pushier. I'm like, no, it's got to be like this, and like I will fight for my way. And at the end of the day, I'm Firebitch, and I will mess you up.
That's right.
So what's gonna happen?
That's true. That's true. Lee Ditworth. Oh, I like Alfred.
I like
Lee.
Alfred too.
Everyone loves Lee.
But he needs to know his place.
She likes him, but he needs to know his place, like any good boy.
She's like, I like him, but he just needs to know. He needs to know where he stands.
So, tell us about the Kickstarter campaign. What do you have going on?
Okay, so well, first of all, we have tons of different covers, and I want to show this to you guys because we had some mock-ups made, and this is super cool. Now, if you see how it's got the flames and it's got the sensor bar?
Yeah.
Check this out. I have been trying to do something like this for a long time. And cool. The tape obviously won't be there. So when it's closed, you get the flames. When it's open. So this is my baby. I have been wanting to do this for a long time, and finding the right project for it has just been,
that's killer. No one's actually, I'm not going to say no one, but I haven't seen any campaigns with a cover like that. That is pretty cool.
Awesome?
That is awesome.
You know me. I'm always doing something. I'm always doing some new stuff. I mean, last time I did the mouse pads. This time I've got that cover. I also have, if I can find it, I had to pull off my phone case so that I can put my phone up there. But we're doing pop sockets.
Oh, awesome.
So everyone that pledges will get a pop socket as well. So we've already hit that.
Very cool.
So yeah, we've got the pop socket, and then this is this we got the cover that does that. We also, of course, and all of our covers kind of tell a story. So the first cover that we did was actually this one, and it is an homage to Exo Manowar Zero. And that's because Alfred is a huge Exo Manowar fan. Like, he even named his kid Eric with an A.
Nice.
So this one was done by Mike DiCarlo, and I really wanted a more classic artist. How do I say it nicely without saying Mike's been around for a long, long time? So, but if you notice, does anyone recognize this homage cover?
I'll be honest, I don't. Mr. Blevins, do you?
I got nothing.
Oh no.
Anyone a John Wayne fan?
Oh, he spanks the kid from swimming?
No, this is when he spanks his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the wife.
Yes.
That's right. That's what I meant, yes.
Yeah, and I really wanted that. So this is our main bad guy. And, you kind of heard the whole rundown of it. This, Instagram model gets sucked into this vortex and sent to an alien planet. And the alien planet's under attack. And what we wanted to do is bring the classic superheroes, like, your Wonder Woman and your Supergirl and your Power Girl, and bring her into a modern era. if a new person now were to get those superpowers, where would we be? And that's kind of where we are with that. We got Harrigan. We got kind of a naughty nice situation going on here. This is his battle damage, and I want you to take a look at the phone. The phone's actually very important to the story.
Oh, okay.
And then here's
Take note.
Where with the selfie.
And who did this cover?
This is these are David Harrigan.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So that's super cool. Steph Wilson, super hot right now. So you can see, you know, we've got like the battle damage there. We've got the McClintock there. We've got this is an Instagram post, if you notice.
Oh yeah, I do see that.
Yeah.
And what we did is all of the creators are actually down there as the comments for her Instagram post.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Because she's a social media person. And then now we have the black and white that you can get colored.
Yeah, Steph is like on so many. He's doing so many variant covers now.
Oh my God, he's on fire. Let me tell you. Gotta love him. I met him actually in Baltimore this year. So I'm one of the few people that has actually met Steph Wilson. This is our DeBalfo cover.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
This is called School of Hard Knockers because it's funny.
Yeah.
And if you remember, there was an episode of The Simpsons where there was a movie on TV that they were watching, and it was called School of Hard Knockers.
There you go.
Now, she's in the schoolgirl outfit, and you saw that from the book at the beginning there. And I do have some cosplay that is like that. And people are like, oh, that's your real clothes. They're not. If you notice from this, you see like the film in the background, she did a dirty movie. And this was her character in that dirty movie. But she's not a star. She just did a dirty movie. So you can see, you know, we kind of did that.
The crossover.
Yes. And Anthony Delaney.
Yes, Anthony Delaney. I love that guy.
Yes. So this is his. Does anyone recognize this?
I feel like I should, but I'm not going to lie, I don't.
You know this. Come on.
Blevins, man. You were like
nothing,
all-knowing
Think
Blevins.
music. Anthony Delaney is all about music.
I know he is.
That's right. Pat Benatar.
Wow.
Get nervous.
Jeez. No one in the chat knew that? Come on, guys.
I really...
You're supposed to be on our side, chat.
I love Anthony. He's one of my absolute best friends. I just saw him the other day.
How's he doing?
He's doing great. He did start to lose some of the hair on his face. So he shaved it all off. And of course, I'm like, dude. And so we're messaging before you guys see these things that go online.
Yeah.
We're talking. And I'm like, okay, you got to post a picture so that we can start drawing on you. So because I mean like that, you know? And so this is what I wanted from him. And there's a lot of 80s music referenced in this book. And I'm going to post it again, but one of the updates includes a playlist that is for one of the characters. So one of the characters, her name is Taco. And she is Firebitch's little like handmaiden. She's like her little helper, her sidekick. And, you know, they're aliens, so she can't really say they're, show this page to you. These are all flats, just so you know. Well, not this page, but most of these are just flats, and they were just put out to give you kind of an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Taco is her little helper, and she loves 80s music. So we have a whole playlist for Taco that everyone gets for free. You don't, you know, anyone can have it. It's just a Spotify list. And she's actually a very integral part of the story, very important. And she's not sexy. She's not, you know, anything like out of the ordinary. She's just like your basic, soft, sweet, helpful, good person who kind of picks up the pieces.
What a bunch of crazy intricacies to make this a full immersive experience.
I know, like a Spotify playlist.
Yeah, what's up?
Yes. we really did that. And for those of you that have known me out there and met me at conventions, how many times have I tried to convince you that the Earth is flat? And why would I do that? Because this is a flat world.
Oh, nice.
I have spent the past year and a half trying to convince people that I believe the Earth is flat and that they should too, because this book takes place on a flat world.
So it's all part of your marketing.
And if you remember in 2016, when I ran for House of Representatives, people asked me, what are you going to do about aliens coming down to Earth and, you know, being a problem here? And the answer was, build a dome, make the aliens pay for it. There's your dome. I've been screwing with your mind for years.
All leading up to this story.
Well, most of it's just because it entertained me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember I talked about all those Easter eggs? Like there's so much in these books that, you know, that really just kind of take you to another place. Like what? So I do have cosplay covers, of course, obviously. And people are like, well, but blah, 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 blah. It's cosplay. She takes a shower in the book. Oh, and that's another thing. The tattoo will get explained.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, she has the tattoo before she goes through the vortex. And everyone that pledges to a physical reward is going to get one of these tattoos.
Oh, nice.
I don't even have one of those tattoos yet. Those were all painted on. But yes, we do have tattoos coming, and everyone's going to get that tattoo. So this is the costume.
Cover. That's so cool.
And we just had a new cover in the schoolgirl outfit release. Holofoil, got some holofoils.
Awesome.
And I actually even have an embossing stamp.
Oh wow, nice.
I had
no
had
expense.
that. I do not screw around. You guys know me. You know what I do.
Wendy Shaner. Hey Wendy, Cara is awesome.
Wendy! Love you, Wendy! I love my girls.
She's great. We had fun with her on the show.
This is one of the new prints. This is called Bye Felicia, because she's like, bye Felicia. This is one of the cosplay prints.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful.
yeah, we've got so much going on. Does anyone have any questions? Like, what can I tell you?
Mark says that I ordered the ultimate cosplay pack.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have some questions about the process. You know, a little bit we talked about beforehand. You know, you opted to do all the colors and everything. Like, how did that come around? And I take it you had to self-teach yourself, right?
Yes, I learned a lot from Alfred, but color is not his strong suit. And, you know, it's free if I do it.
Yeah.
It's very time consuming, meaning it takes time away from other things, but you know, really that's just what it comes down to. So I started coloring his art prints and I was interested, and he's like, hey, you're going to do this now. And I'm like, huh? Because colorists are expensive. So that's kind of, you know, what we went with. I also have more control. I'm very kind of nitpicky and control freaky about stuff. And rather than having someone send me something and then I got to send, you know, be like, hey, you know, fix this or fix that, I can just do what I want in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Looking forward to seeing some sequels like Ice Bitch and Earth Bitch. That'd be
we
awesome.
do have more coming. We absolutely do have, you know, this is just one issue. So we do have more coming.
I got grounded to come on the show today. I said,
did
bitch
you?
Yeah, I got bitch. I said bitch a couple times in front of my dad. Grounded.
That's okay. You wouldn't be the first person that got in trouble.
Papa Blevins wouldn't do that. He's a good man. He's a good man.
I'm like you came here to visit. You can't ground me when you're visiting me.
They're your parents and they can do what they want.
Yeah, he's like, go to your room. I'm like, yes, Dad.
Oh,
that's so sad.
Yeah,
it's so sad. What the?
Yeah, I ate all of my broccoli so I could be on the show tonight.
You should eat your broccoli anyway.
Yeah, just make sure you don't get it in your teeth, because I see a little something right there, Blevins. So, where do you go next from here? You know, with this,
Well,
is your next campaign going to be a sequel to this or something different?
so the next camp, we do have a sequel that will come out. Like the next issue will come out. But before that, I'm hoping, because it's one of those, every time I say that I'm going to do something, something happens to like mix it up. But my next book is Confessions of a Cosplay Diva, where
nice.
I'm going to talk about the realities of, you know, this life. And, you know,
Is that going to be a graphic
in my
novel?
bio, I call myself the cosplay diva, and I have reason for that. I have very good reason for that. I was aggressively mistreated when I was working on a movie by the director, producer, lead, blah, blah, blah. I'm a big shot and I want it my way. And, you know, and things happened that I'll talk about in that book. And basically it came down to, if I didn't give him what he wanted, that he was going to badmouth me to the press. And so I told him to cram it up his butt, and I got badmouthed. And if you actually, and the thing is I don't want to advertise for him. So, but if you do know the movie that I was in and you do watch it, he talks so much crap about me the whole time. And he says that I'm difficult to work with and I'm a diva. So you know what? I'm a diva.
There you
I'm
go.
taking it back. That's
You're like,
fine.
I got you, diva.
That's right.
So
I got you, diva, right here.
So when is that book expected to come out? Because I believe we talked about that book, I think, the first time you were on the show.
Well, I got to get this book out. You know how it is with Kickstarter. You got to get one out before they'll let you put the next one out.
Gotcha. So that is next. Sorry. So that's ready to go for the next campaign then.
It's not completely ready. I mean, I still have a lot to do on it. I do have Firebitch to take care of. I'm going to be in Hawaii for the Amazing Aloha convention out there. And I'm going to spend an extra couple of days because it is our first time in Hawaii. And then I'm actually going straight from there to Chicago for C2E2.
Nice.
Yes, and that's going to be
too.
very exciting. You cannot buy Firebitch. I will not be in this costume because I am working with the great Ashley Witter.
Really?
Nice.
Is putting
A mom to
out
be.
a new game.
Yes.
And I'm going to be wearing that costume.
Fantastic. She's awesome. I love her artwork. If you guys don't know who Ashley Witter is, you need to go out and check her stuff. I mean, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. If you're a Star Wars fan, you got to check out that stuff she did for Marvel. You
do. And be kind. She is very, very pregnant right now.
Very
but if
pregnant.
you recall the game that she's working on with a certain fiend we all know and love.
Yeah. Well, they do. I have to say that Squarriors is an awesome freaking concept.
It is. I love it. And, you know, my husband and I are super huge fans.
Are you gonna let the viewers know?
All at C2E2.
They didn't announce that. They announce that they've been working on that game yet?
I don't know. So I'm kind of keeping I honestly,
I'm like trying to think if that it's actually, I don't think I've seen any public posts of it yet.
I thought that game wasn't that the game that was posted on Indiegogo?
Maybe.
So that's all you guys get for now. Let's kind of yes, it's keeping it on the DL. Some of you know what that means. And
so before we get into our next guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone, there's about 5 minutes left with Cara, so we bring our next guest in. Time flies. If anyone has any questions for her, please pop them into the chat and we'll put them on the screen. Please make sure all questions are appropriate. Cara, I have to. So really excited about Terrificon. Are you doing Baltimore again this year or no?
I hope so. I want to. I absolutely want to. And it's just, one of those things. But yes, I absolutely, I hope to go back. I'm working on it.
Fantastic. Apex Comics, back the campaign and you can get a poster.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. And then Frank Amazing posted in here, Ashley Witter. So head over to ashleywitter.com. Check out her stuff. I'm so happy for her. They've got Wolf on the way, the little one. So that's fantastic. Just realized she's cosplaying. Miguel. Wait, just realized she's cosplaying her character. Awesome. Of course.
Miguel, please join now, because I kind of think you might be the kind of person that'll forget later.
Do you know Miguel?
No, but if you just noticed
It
that
just
now,
came off a little
you
late,
might
right?
wanna.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how many days left do you have on the campaign? And my camera just got weird.
1 week. We've got 1 week. This closes on Tuesday.
Oh,
Next
wow.
Tuesday.
Wow. Fulfillment.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we'll be going live for the closing out, and we do have, outside of our stretch goals, we have 2 expansion goals, and what that means is when we hit that level, then the producers and the VIPs will all get these books automatically added to their reward levels. Everyone else will have the opportunity to buy them. And what we have coming up, the first expansion goal is a Spider-Man 300 swipe.
Nice.
So that's going to be super cool. And that's when we hit 30,000. And then if we hit, which I think we can do it with everyone's help, if we hit 50,000, I will be putting out a topless cosplay cover.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, and
Learn
that
about
will
that.
be included with all producers. So people say, you know, how can I get into comics and stuff? I don't draw, I don't write. What can I do? So what you can do is I always put out the opportunity for people to be a producer on my books and on my calendars and all my stuff. So with the producer pack, you get your name in the credits. You are now a part of the project. You are a producer.
Oh, that's fantastic. And Hero and Burr,
That
which
can qualify you for pro credits at a lot of conventions.
oh,
So that's something to think about as well. And it kind of gives you every single thing we have in the campaign, and you automatically get those things, those expansion goals added on for free when they unlock, and you get a whole bunch of goodies. You get one of one, like super books. You get just so many things with the producer pack.
And then Hero and Burr, which just want to mention to thank you for the package, Hero and Burr. I'm going to open this package live at the end of the show. See what goodies you sent us. But ask at Crowdfunding Comics, Cara, will you do more videos with Project Superwoman? We have both, and we've backed Firebitch and have your Patriotica cover, or is he the guy you were complaining about earlier?
Okay, Patriotica guy's wonderful. Ron Z.
Ron is awesome.
Love him. We talk constantly. He's not the guy. This was a movie that I had done way back in 2011, completely out of the comic world as far as that guy. But Project Superwoman is really up to them. I've done 2 videos out with them. I've done 2 Power Girl videos. One was a dark Power Girl and one was like a regular Power Girl costume. And if you watch those Project Superwoman videos, the bad guy is played by Alfred. So he got to come at me with like a crowbar and
That's crazy.
it's really
pretty crazy.
Let's see. And then Mandy. Oh, geez, Mandy. Mandy's is a part of our crowdfunding crew. And her she has a tagline. If you ever watch Mandy Summers' show, they're super fun. They're going to be on after following us with her show tonight. And she's got her her tagline, which is like what? And she wants to know if you can say like what purely
like
for research. Yes. Boom, Mandy Summers. There we go. Mandy is awesome. She's just another comic book. I know she did nail it. Just another comic book loving creator. Wart the Wizard on Indiegogo. Awesome stuff. But anywho, Cara, it's so nice having you. What was that?
Also, Colors doing her own color.
Yeah, she's doing everything.
Yeah, doing everything. Yeah.
But Cara, again, it was so nice having you on the show with us. And make sure everyone out there back the campaign. Did we lose you, Cara?
Nope, I'm here. Back to campaign. Just letting y'all talk. Do your thing.
Yeah, so head on over to Kickstarter, back Firebitch, and 7 days to go. One more thing before we go, just really quick. What are you looking at fulfillment-wise? Completion of the book to, the time it gets into the hands of the backers.
So I put May in there, but we're actually shooting for end of March, early April. It really just comes down. You're welcome, Mandy. Love you, girl. You really just comes down to the processing. So the sooner we know how many things we need to get for everybody, the sooner we can order them. We also have to get our funds from Kickstarter, order all of our stuff from the from manufacturers and everything, and ship it all out ourselves. So
March seems
a lot of it just
super.
really comes down, if the coronavirus keeps coming up, they might stop shipments from wherever, like who knows. So I wanted to give ourselves a little bit of leeway, but we're really shooting for as soon as friggin' possible, end of March.
Fantastic.
Early April.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. I'll get my
Definitely.
pledge in after the show, get on the list there and get my goodies. So again, Cara, thank you so much for coming on. As always, you got anything coming on, shoot me a message. I'll get you on the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful to finally meet you, Das Blevins.
Thank you very much. And
Sorry,
again,
grounded.
yeah, it's it's okay. I mean, I got to play the newest Flash Gordon video game, so I'm pretty.
He will save every one of us.
He will.
He will.
He will.
He will.
Flying
After he
blind,
picks up his groceries from Walmart.
flying blind on a rocket cycle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when he's done picking up his groceries from Walmart, he'll get right on
Right.
saving us. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in for Cara. And now, Cara, thank you so much. We will see you and keep us posted with everything you have going on.
Will do. Thanks again.
All right, we'll talk later. Thanks, Cara. Bye. Man,
what-
Blevins, a
what-
great guest on. Great
what
guest. I
great
love having
energy.
Cara on, and
What
she's
great
awesome,
energy.
high energy. If you see her at a convention, stop and say hi. She's just a blast to talk to.
I set fire to
love
something
it.
during the show just so I could know what it's like.
Yeah, bro, you're crazy. You're
Yeah,
crazy, man. So now time for our second guest, Mr. Travis Gibb. We have Mr. Travis on tonight with Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies. Travis, welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi, guys. How are you?
That's
Dude,
good.
we're doing great. Glad to have you on. It's about time.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to be here. I just learned something about Kickstarter from Firebitch. I will also do a nude shirt at 50,000. So I want
Damn,
an exclusive
great.
run for
Don't-
you guys.
Don't threaten us with a good time.
Yeah. Blevins is going to be pounding a lot of broccoli for that.
I'm like, how many accounts I gotta have to
Yeah.
back this?
Oh, man. So, Travis, dude, tell us your story, man. How did you get into the stupid, crazy world, exciting adventures of spending our money and, possibly making $100 back of comics?
Yeah, I apologize. You can hear my baby flipping out. I don't know why. It's apparently because I'm in an interview.
Hey, we're all in that.
They do that.
I'm on duty.
So yeah,
Nobody loves me.
Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies is a book that I've been doing since really 2007, which is kind of weird that it's just coming out now. So I started in 2007. 2007, it was a very different world. We didn't have Kickstarter, we didn't have crowdfunding. We just made crap and brought it to cons. So I had 2 issues done, and much like my baby right now, my guy was like, "Hey, I have a baby and I really can't finish this book." So I was like, "Screw you, I'm done." got all mad toward it, because back in the day, if you didn't have everything done by the same dude, you're done. That's it.
Yeah.
Like you had to have your whole run, whatever you're doing. That creative team had to stay together. Now, like, you can do 1 issue with one guy, second issue another. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But back in the day, like, that was a sort. In fact, Image, which was the only place you could publish, that was a requirement. If you didn't have 4 issues done with the same creative team, they weren't even going to look at you. So I shelved it, got married, raised my own kid, and then my wife randomly saw a folder on my desktop saying, "Hey, you have a comic?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I got like 2 issues. Check it out." And I showed her all the art. She's like, "Why didn't you do anything with this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, probably should have." So slapped it together. Took a year to learn Kickstarter. From 2007, all of 2017, I learned how to do Kickstarter. Just buying classes, studying it. Made those 2 24 pages into one 30-page book. And here we are at issue 3.
Nice.
Awesome.
Man,
So,
go ahead now.
Blevins, don't interrupt me, bro. Don't interrupt me. Jesus,
it's
Travis.
the
I
lag.
apologize for this guy over here.
Amateur hour over here.
Freaking guy, You let him off the leash for a little bit and they run around the yard. What are you gonna do? But how long did it take for Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies? You've got 3 issues, right?
Yep.
You took that break in between. I mean, how long of a time frame was that?
So it was 10 years. 10 years to the day was the break in between.
Wow.
Again, I never came out with the first issue, so it's not like anybody saw it. People had ash cans, so people have some rare stuff, but yeah, it never came out, and I kind of rebranded it, putting it all together. So 2017 and 18, they both came out pretty soon after each other, and then my father died, and I had that baby that you just heard last year. It's okay. So it delayed issue 3. But what's good about it is that it made sure that it's all done. I like my Kickstarters that it's a done product. It's completely drawn and penciled. Everything's done. Of course, I got to do some coloring and lettering, but that's all done last minute. But yeah, the book is completely done and ready to be in your hands. And issue 3 is literally the best thing I've ever written. And I'm not just blowing smoke. It's just I finally figured out the craft and what I wanted to say. And this is the cusp. This is, like most third parts of a 4-part act. This is everything is going down. This is the main cross. You resolve it in the beginning of the next issue, and then you do resolution for that second half of the issue. So this is the main. Here's it all out there.
Okay, so issue 1 and 2 were done, and then 3 you've recently done for this Kickstarter?
So no, when I did it in 2007, there was 2 issues done, but I merged them together and made one really good issue.
Okay.
Threw away issue 2 completely, redid issue 2, in 2018, and then this is issue 3. Yeah, I redid issue 2 completely. I think there's 2 pages from the initial run in it. And I always go over. So the first book was 30 pages. Issue 2 is 26. Issue 3 is 25, so I always go higher.
Oh, fantastic. So, let's jump in. Let's take a look at the campaign.
Yeah.
See what we have. What I'm going to do, if you don't mind, how long's your Kickstarter video?
It's short, like a minute or so.
All right, cool. I'm going to play the Kickstarter video for everyone so they can check this out. That's an awesome video, man. How the heck did you make that?
A little thing called Fiverr. Maybe you ever heard of it?
Yes. Travis Blevins praises that to me.
Fiverr's the best.
Yeah, no, there's a guy who did it. He really needed his handheld to make that, but yeah, that's where I made it. Pretty proud of it, actually. It kind of gives you a synopsis of what 1, 2, and 3 is, and you could see, like, just from issue 1 to 2, like the art quality, like, because he's been working on his art for 10 years between the two. But I'm super proud of that video, and I'm super proud of where we're at with the Kickstarter.
That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. So let's get into it. Give us a bit of synopsis. What is Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies all about?
So Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies is about 2 guys who break down on the side of the road. I'm going to show you. They hate each other, as you can see with this Carmeline cover. You see that? They hate each other. They are not fans. And they have everybody out to get them. They have mobsters. They have a Spanish gang. They have the police department, and they have this guy named Miguel. And they're all after this case. But again, they're stuck on the side of the road. So it's lots of guns, lots of F words, lots of mystery. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie because he stopped making those and started doing, cowboy movies and political satire, all that stuff.
That is awesome, man. But tell us about the characters. Like, what do we kind of have going on?
So you got two. You got Denver and Randy. So Denver is. I'll bring those out again. You got Denver. Denver's a black guy. He's a black guy. He's a short fuse. He's angry. He's always frustrated. He was a carjacker. He's in this situation. He's trying to move up in the world. You've got Randy. Randy is the con man. In issue 2, you see him pull off a con. They're working their way up. You've got Miguel in the background. Miguel seems to be leading all the gangs and causing this mishap. And then that big bald guy in the center is Mr. Washington that you have displaying there. Mr. Washington is he's the leader of it all. He's kind of like the kingpin of crime in this universe. So the goal of this is I'm making a broke down kind of universe. This 4-issue is a miniseries that is all self-contained. But my goal is to go into Broke Down and Tapped Out, which is a wrestling one-shot after this. Broke Down and Patched In, which is kind of a punk rock / biker gang. We're showing 2 generations, and it's building towards a bigger story. That's one of the coolest things we have in the campaign right there. Is that's 100 Bullets homage. If you guys are 100 Bullets fans, I am. Mm-hmm. We did that homage cover, which is really cool. I try to do something unique each time. And then those are my artist covers. So that's Walter Otley did that. He did Metal Shark Bro, if you guys are familiar with that. For Scott
Thomas.
I
backed that. It's a cool book. It's fun.
Oh, it's a great book. Yeah, so he did my artist edition. I've also had in the past Jim, I think he's a fan of you guys, Jim O'Reilly. I think he's been on this right before. Maybe. Jim O'Reilly. He did one. Wow. And yeah. Let me show you it again. Sorry. So that's the one. Yeah, that's one for issue 2. These are hand numbered, and they're on sketch paper, so you can have someone draw on them. And then for issue 1, for those of you guys who follow Instagram heavy, this is Frank Uzin.
Oh, so nice. Frank does good work.
Yeah, Frank is amazing. And if you don't know, Frank only does indie books that he fully steps behind. Mm-hmm. So he's done 3 books total for covers that are official. He's done Wailing Blades. He's done Sync for Comics Tribe, and then my book, Broke Down to 4 Dead Bodies. So those are the only books he's ever done when it comes to creating exclusive covers.
Wow. That's an honor right there.
Yeah. It's super an honor.
So these interiors are great too. And I'm about to throw some of the, pull some of these up here. Look at this stuff. Tell us a little bit about your, if you don't mind me jumping to this though, tell me a little bit about your creative team.
Yeah. So my creative team, I got Felix Navarre. He's outside of Indonesia. He does a whole bunch of books out there, goes to a lot of cons. Him and his wife do kind of an anime style. For this book, he does like an American / anime style. I didn't want to do strict noir. I wanted to do kind of like a modern American. And his style is just so unique. Nobody really does styles like that in comics, at least right now anyways. We've seen it in the past. So he's my artist. James Sims does my colors. He's a fantastic colorist. Love that guy. Oh, that's a big thing to mention right there is you can read the first issue for absolutely free on the Kickstarter.
Wow.
You click that, you can read the issue. I believe
right here. Brings us right to the book.
Yeah, you can read it right there. Try it out. See if you like it. If you like it, throw me a couple bucks. I really believe you'll like the story. And then Jerome Gagnon is from Canada. He's my letterer, and that guy is my ace in the hole. Like getting a good letterer is the key to anything. He really makes and breaks this book. He's amazing. Love that guy. I also have my wife on as my editor.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. The other thing that I do that's kind of neat is I always throw a backup of up-and-coming artists and writers. So in issue 2, I had a guy out in the Ukraine. I can't remember his name right now, so I apologize. But his name is Andrew Dorland. And then for issue 2, I had from Demons, Tyler Carpenter. He's big over on Indiegogo. He does a little YouTube channel called Draw and Talk.
Yep, I've heard of that. Nice.
Yeah. He did that.
Oh, very cool. I mean, you got a lot of great perks here.
Yeah. I have all sorts of different variables for any price level. All sorts of really cool things. I always have a pro cover. So the pro cover for issue 1 was Carmeline from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He created Frey.
Yep.
For issue 2, I have, if you guys are fans of Electric Black from Scout Comics, I have Rich Waddell do that cover. I even have a black and white noir. I always do really cool stuff, that people love the stuff. And I always give out a car related thing. So on the first Kickstarter, we had a air freshener as one of the stretch goals. For issue 2, we had a bumper sticker. For this one, once we get to that, we are going to have a keychain. We're going to build your car.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, you are right there, man. You are pretty much right there to your goal.
9%. 200.
Blevins, how cool would it be if by the end of this show, Travis made goal? That would be a first. We've never had a campaign live on the show make goal.
It would be incredible, Nile. Incredible.
It would be absolutely incredible. So I encourage everyone out there, if you can, help support this project. You're basically just about, a little under 250 away.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. I'm telling you right now, the Quentin Tarantino thing, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in this book. I'm liking it. Issue 1 is available on the Kickstarter for you guys to start reading. I've been privileged and gifted a couple of the issues and have read issue 1 and almost issue 2. Very much liking what I'm reading. And I think this is a great series. Are you going to carry on and maybe start off a new story or move on to, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of this possibly?
The way it works is this is a 4-issue arc, and then I do one-shots. So there's a series of one-shots, and Broke Down is the main title. And then, so it's like I said, it's Broke Down and Tapped Out, which is a wrestling story. Broke Down and Patched In, which is a kind of a punk rock / biker. It's a 2-part story. I've got Broke Down and Freaked Out. They're all they'll have legacy titles that connect it together, but they're all building up to this big thing called Broke Down and Locked Up. And that's when we get to that, it's kind of getting all these characters that I'm going to create all together for various reasons who hate each other and seeing how that plays out in a confined environment. So that's my goal. It's a 12-issue arc total. That's my big opus.
Oh, very cool.
So basically, you want to have the Psycho 78s know the new biker gang that you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
know of each other, right?
It'll be a flashback actually story of one of the biker guys from the Psycho 78 joining this gang, joining that gang, what that initiation looks like. And then we'll have Randy and Denver and some of the characters from this book show past versions of themselves as they're growing. I really liked, if you guys read 100 Bullets, the early 100 Bullets was just random arcs of different characters. And I really like that. And we didn't know that they were connected until way later. So I'm kind of doing the same thing, just creating characters and showing that there's a connected universe, but building it up. And one of the things that I strive and that I really love about this is I'm not adding any supernatural. It's all modern, basic stuff. There's nothing crazy that you're going to see. There's no big, giant, secret organization or anything like that. It's got to be straight crime, straight mob family, straight all that. Yes, I have some unique ideas, some unique plots to play with all that stuff, but it's got to be basic ground level. And I think that comics forget that sometimes. We're always quick to go into that next world, and I'm keeping it very basic ground level.
You know what I love about this, the Broke Down and 4 Dead Bodies and what I've read so far? And for me, a good comic, especially an indie comic, because I can't really do this too much with mainstream books, is when I read it, I finish and I go, damn, that would make a good TV series. Damn, that should be on Netflix. Damn, that should be a movie. I want more and more and could see it in other medias. You have a property here that I personally think could do that down the road.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's probably, my background is in film. I have a film degree, and that's where I started. So when I write, I kind of write with that in mind, what it would look like as a film. And I try to write what I could direct, right? So I don't go over. Like Kevin Smith when he did Dogma. He was not ready for Dogma. It's a great movie. He wasn't ready for Dogma.
Yeah.
So kind of like I was trying to say something. I guess my stream kind of glitched out for a second, but so what your plan is like with this new biker gang, they're going to know about the Psycho 78s. They're going to know about them because it all takes place in the same world. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Well, what I'm going to do is a lot of the other spin-offs may be flashbacks. It may go backwards in time. It may go forward in time. So the patched in and patched out, it's a two-parter. So you're going to see Randy and this new character in a punk gang together. You're going to see them grow up, and then he's going to grow up to go into the Psycho 78, which causes some of the things in issue 1. In issue 1, we mentioned that the Psycho 78s were the ones who hold the cases that are important in the plot. So it's all kind of tied together, and we're putting all these characters together, and they know each other. So there will be other biker games. We will talk about some of that stuff, but what the goal is to show that there's been an ongoing thing that's all this is causing. It's all leading to this big explosion that's going to happen in the end when they all get locked up together. Nice.
So you're so when you look at the team, like initially these guys are trying to become made men. Basically, they're trying to get there, right? So and then they go on this wacky journey full of death and mayhem to trying to still accomplish their goal, but also stay alive because everybody's out to come get them, and the body count keeps rising. And
right,
I mean, it's I was surprised the book didn't have a different number on it. You know what I'm saying?
It does. Here, well, when you look at issue 2. Sorry, my screen.
It does.
It does. Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
yeah. Issue 2 has that. Issue 3 does not expand the body count. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's my screen's going a little crazy.
Yeah, no, we got you.
So yeah, issue 3 does not have that marking on it for various reasons when you read the plot. Because I only count when Randy and Denver kill people. There is a higher body count. This is the higher body count, but I only count when Randy and Denver kill people. So they kill no one in issue. Spoiler: they kill no one in issue 3. However, issue 3 is our bloodiest book. Issue 3.
More people die than ever before.
Issue 3 is our blood. It really is. I give a lot of homage to comics. I'm a huge comic fan. Like I know one of the things that frustrates me about indie comics is a lot of these people haven't read comics since the 90s, and that's fine. Maybe you didn't like it or you feel that it's changed, but I love modern comics. I love Jason Aaron. I love all these people who are doing some amazing things. Jonathan Hickman, all these people are doing some stuff. So I try to throw homages back to the old stuff. So in this issue, are any of you guys Captain America fans?
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Have you guys ever read The Bloodstone Hunt?
No.
That's the one where Crossbones showed up, right?
Yeah. That's the first appearance of Crossbones. Yeah, absolutely. So there's there's an issue in the middle of the story where Batroc and Cap are underwater. There's no word bubbles whatsoever, and they're fighting a shark. And they want to kill each other, but if they kill each other, they're going to draw blood, and the blood will attract more sharks. I kind of take pages from that and that vibe and put that into this book. And those are things that I try to do because I'm a comics fan. So you see my paneling is like, they feel like comics, your endings are Marvel and DC with the cliffhangers. Like I learned how to write comics from comics. My budget is $50 a week with a 70% budget. I whispered because my wife could hear me.
I gave up mine.
Right.
It was like, you're done. We have twins now. I'm like, no.
You gave up your wife for the comics?
The comics. She made me stay. See? I can't get it off.
But yeah, I love comics. I love the genre, and I want to tell comics, and I want to tell comics well.
Yeah.
So I build from that, and what I love about Broke Down is I've built people. I love people when they meet me and they're like, I got that Quentin Tarantino vibe. I was like, yeah, I wanted to give you something that's familiar. And in issue 3 is when you see the twist where you're like, oh, here's Travis Gibb as a writer. And you'll see me in issue 3 and issue 4. You'll be like, oh, here's who he is. Here's the stories he can tell. Here's what it's about. You'll see some of the things that you think are one way in issue 1 are going to change. Oh, we're only 196 left. Look at that.
Yes.
Nice.
You are now at 2,304. Wow. Imagine that. How awesome would that be, man? Have your campaign would be the first campaign to reach goal on our show. That would be great. Apex Comics asks, how many comics has Travis written?
That is a great question. A lot. So I started in 2002. So I wrote a backup story in Government Bodies, which is across the bond. You probably never heard of it. Whole bunch of little one-shots. One of the things I did write for that's kind of famous is, are you guys familiar with Negative Burns?
No.
No. All right. So Negative Burns is where Brian Michael Bendis came from. Neil Gaiman, Alan Moore, all those guys wrote in this anthology for Caliber in the early 90s, 2000 and 80s. It's got a lot, 200 and something issues. I happen to be in that realm. So clearly I'm just as good as all of them because I was in the same book. I mean, not in my issue.
It's like, clearly I'm great. I mean, obviously, right?
I'm basically brilliant.
Right. I'm Garth Ennis without the acid. Yeah. So Negative Burns. I wrote on that. I wrote an image late there. From them, I wrote a trade paperback that's still being crowdfunded right now, still working it. Yeah, see, Negative Burns. Lots of people know Negative Burns. You guys got to get
Blevins, we got to get out more, man.
I'll see you guys. Man.
So yeah, Negative Burns, and then I've wrote a couple of books called The Avocator, which I've done a couple of stories in that. Those are available on the Kickstarter, and one of them is a issue 0 of Broke Down. I've also done a book called Dog Days, so that funded on Kickstarter. It still hasn't been shipped out, but that's coming out very soon. Eric Hawkins keeps talking. Eric Hawkins, by the way, is working on that wrestling story, by the way.
Is he? I love Eric.
My artist.
Eric's work is great.
Yeah, he is my artist for that. Assuming he can ever stop doing his Zombie Oz thing. Whatever.
I know. What is that all about?
Wanting to do his own creator-owned project. Whatever.
What's up with wanting to be successful and everything?
Yeah, whatever, dude. Eric, get in the game.
Get back to work, Eric.
Success is for losers.
Stop talking to Brian K. Morris.
Seriously, can we work on that? But yeah, and then this year I've got a couple of things coming out. I've got a new series coming out called Islands. I am legit. Thank you. Thank you. Well, one of the things that I've done as well is there's a book in my Kickstarter called Parallels. And what Parallels is all my short stories that I put in, like, so my Negative Burn story, which you can't get anymore, it's in there, and a whole bunch of short stories that I've done through anthologies altogether. We have volume 1 and volume 2. So you can kind of get them. I love submitting to anthologies. In March, I have Cthulhu is Hard to Spell. If you guys heard about that one, it raised $30,000 last year, $40,000, I think. I'm in that anthology in March. So there's a lot coming out, as well as I've done a lot.
Oh, very cool, man. Now, has everything you've done been through Kickstarter?
Except for Negative Burns. Yeah, Negative Burns is Image. Oh, actually, across Government Bodies was in Diamond as well, but it's a small independent studio called Across the Pond. But yeah, everything else has been on Kickstarter.
Oh, fantastic. And how do you like the Kickstarter community?
I love the Kickstarter community. Like, I love it. I love the creators that support each other and show each other. It's so weird that it's such a different, because I jumped over and did a quick Indiegogo, and it's such a different community. It's so crazy. It's kind of like Marvel and DC, right? They're both creating great comics. Once you signed on to one, you have to be very, very famous to jump over the next. You can't just be coming into our pond. But no, I love the community. I love the Kickstarter community and what they do and how they bring their books together and how we look after each other and how people grow. In fact, one of the cool stories I have, if you guys have, I wanted to show you guys about it, is because Kickstarter, you always hear these horrible stories. So in issue 2, in the middle there, that gentleman, he paid $500 to be in a book. I can't even name the book that I had nothing to do with. I went ahead and filled his pledge for somebody else because that guy just took the money and ran. I wouldn't put him in my book and gave him that full double page spread. It's just looking after each other and helping each other out.
You, sir, are a scholar and a gentleman for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I pretend to do that 100%.
Travis, if you don't mind me asking, you obviously you collected comic books as well. What are the things that I've been trying to kind of like, I guess, rack my brain around and try to ask about Nile and Billy and some other people, and I'd love to get your take on it. What do you think needs to change to kind of reinvigorate the secondhand value to books? This, you know what I'm saying? The
secondary value.
Yeah, the secondary value, not secondhand. Sorry, my apologies.
This isn't a thrift shop.
Yeah. So it's kind of a weird thing, right? Because we're in a weird stage where there is a secondary market right now, but you can tell it's only temporary, right? Because all covers are kind of back. They're kind of big, you know. If you're familiar with Comics Elite, they do an online auctions, one of the biggest auctions in the world, and they sell crazy. Like, just an example, at one of my cons, they bought all my books. They spent $250 on me buying books. I don't think they'd care. They went and flipped that for $700. I couldn't have made $700 at that con, but they went ahead and did it. So there is a market. The problem with I think comic books today versus is no one wants single issues. They want complete stories, and then they only want to collect first appearances. So all those other things are just dead cannon fodder in comic stores, right? And then you've got too many titles with both companies. You know, both companies have way too many titles right now to really pick it up. The indie guys, struggle to get a presence, and there's a lot of great companies right now. You know, a lot of people, they know Image, but they don't know, Mad Cave Studios, or they don't know Scout Comics or Source Point Press, or all these other ones who are kind of building their name and reputation out there. IDW Black Label, there's some cool stuff. So I don't know if I answered your question, but I rambled long enough to pretend I was smart.
Well, do you think that there will be a time when some of the big two will start utilizing Kickstarter and Indiegogo to maybe help complete stories that they already had finished that maybe they don't want to send to print? Like, for example, like say that there's a She-Hulk story that they did, they had a 10 issue run on, but they only did like 6 issues and they canceled the series after 6 issues and just kind of left it hanging. Do you think that that's something that they will start to use, thus trying to give Kickstarter and Indiegogo like a platform based more on what they're doing?
That's an interesting concept. I don't know if you'll see Marvel and DC do that. I don't think they'll ever. I think they'll come to. I think crowdfunding is big enough that if Disney, if they see money, they'll find it. They'll be like, hey, what's up, money over here? I think Jim Lee making that bag last year is a good sign that DC will also do the same. I don't know if they'll do what you're talking about, but there's some things that aren't working. In fact, actually, I got one right here. Hold on. So this is an example of something. So this right here is Jessica Jones Blind Spot. Can you see that?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So let me tell you about Jessica Jones Blind Spot. If you don't know, I'm going to educate some people. This is education, people. All right. So Jessica Jones Blind Spot was a full digital online comic book. This was all done digital comic book. And then they came out with this trade paperback. However, this trade paperback didn't sell very well. So if you go into comic stores last week, you could buy issue 2 of the book I have the complete trade of in the backwards order. Mm-hmm. So what that says is Marvel hasn't really figured out how to monetize their digital comics. They haven't figured out a way how to monetize even their trades. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but trades are actually down last year. We're down in purchase than in the first year.
I saw that with all the huge, deep discounts they've been giving stores to take these massive lots of trade paperbacks and like omnibuses for like $14, that had a $150 price tag. It's, but you still got to pay shipping and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to see all this. Do you think that some of them, one of the big companies will start purchasing some of these Kickstarter and Indiegogo titles? Do you think they'll start trying to reach out and try to snag that lightning in a bottle?
Well, Scout already does. So we talked about Metal Shark Bro earlier. That is done with Scout Comics. Tart, which was a big one, that's Scout Comics. White Ash, that's Scout. That's already in there. So people are already grabbing these products, the creator-owned companies, and trying to see if they can hit the lightning in the bottle. But what I think you're going to see is the people who are doing Indiegogos and Kickstarters, we've figured out how to do the digital market better than anybody else. We sell more digital copies per capita than Marvel, DC, or Comixology could ever dream of.
Well, that's because you have a livelihood that required you to sit down and learn it, whereas these other people are, ivory tower, basically.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're just like rain down some money and.
Well, the mainstream publishers, they're not going to enter this realm. Now, the creators that make those mainstream books or work on them will and are, because you're going to start seeing some huge names coming up in the next couple months, because I know what's going down. They are going to enter the crowdfunding scene. But just my little tidbit on the secondary market is the fact that if your book's good, it's going to get noticed. People are going to want it. They're going to be hungry for it. Mainstream is going to come after you if you're a good creator. You're going to go from indie to mainstream. That's what's going to happen, because you're not going to give up that opportunity. Now, you got to be smart about it, right? Get your attorneys involved, get an attorney involved, do your things, make sure you protect yourself and go about your properties. And then your book, as it takes off and you do stuff, the secondary value is going to be in the popularity of your book, and how you develop it, which should hopefully lead to purchasing, the trade paperbacks of the issues. And then if you sell that book right and break it down right with, I don't want to say variant covers and things like that, but you need to make it collectible. It's got to withstand the test of time, which is secondary market, I think, is not as achievable as what you see people collecting now. It's just not there anymore. You're not going to get what Spider-Man values and the Fantastic Fours and the Batmans. It's done already. Spawn, there's no secondary value there. It's a great story that's going on. The value is there that we like the stories, and he's up to 300 and something, and people are still buying. That's the value. Secondary market is not as existent. The existence of it is slim to none now. Did I upset you guys?
I'm just heartbroken.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry. I am gonna cry. Not now though, but later when nobody's around.
They do these variant covers now, and they do have a small second, but they have a small shelf life. That's it. It's just a small shelf life that don't do it, and they don't. One of the things they don't do smart is they don't give an advantage to buying the individual issues versus waiting for the trade. There's no value in buying the individual issues monthly, so people don't. Mm-hmm. That's why people sign up for the Comixology 3 months later, get the whole run and read whatever I want options. Yeah, exactly. Because there's no value in buying it. That's why, for me, again, I'm just a small guy, but those 2-page backups that I have in my books, those won't be in the trade. I want someone to come and try to get those individual issues to get more story, but that's just something I'm doing. It's, it may get me a set run and help me reduce my stock, but in the same scene, Marvel and DC really needs to take up that realm. But we're going to see some things. I'm really excited to see how Witchblade does. Witchblade just ended on Kickstarter. That's really cool. And you got Chuck Dixon. I know he's on your show in a couple of weeks talking about the Expendables.
This Thursday.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
We've got Chuck Dixon, Graham Nolan, and Richard C. Meyer, as most as your boy Zach, with the comic reviews. That will be this Thursday. And while we're at it, why not tomorrow? We've got Rhett Michaels back on the show, and our special guest Dan Mendoza talking. Both of them have Kickstarters going up and launching, so we'll have those on tomorrow night.
Nice.
And one more while we're at it. After tonight's show, make sure to tune in to Mandy Summers. What the fuck is all this junk? Which actually is pretty hilarious because her and Peter Gilmore. He's in England. She's in the U.S. They both go to their dollar stores, right, in their 2 separate countries. They buy all this junk. And they just mess around and review it. It's a funny show. And of course, we have Quiet Holiday as part of the commentary as well. So check that out. It's right after our stream tonight. They're going to be going live. So, it is fun. It's a fun show. I'll jump on that when we're done.
So is it on this channel or they got their own channel?
It's going to be on their own channel, but we're kind of,
but people should sub now. You can do 2 things at once. Sub now so you know that it's there. So you know where to jump to. Don't just wait until you're done hearing my majestic, I know I'm majestic voice to go over there and do that.
Yes,
and while you're traveling on the internet, there's a Kickstarter you can back and get me funded so they can have a first ever right here.
First ever.
First ever. And we're only $200 away. What's
less than $200?
You guys have $200. I'll give everyone the digital of 2 tonight if you guys do it. I'll send that all out to everyone who backs. No issues.
There you go. You heard it first. You heard it right here live.
Yeah.
This man is not playing around.
I am not playing around. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming out, with the Kickstarter. Once we're funded, we're going to do some cool things. We're going to do some live giveaways for all the backers. So I have some special variant covers that comic stores have bought. I have actually a decent comic store reputation here. One of the benefits of being in Florida, we have a lot of really good comic stores. So I can go to comic stores and I have comic store exclusive covers that aren't on the Kickstarter that we can sell during that. That I'm going to raffle off, not sell. I'm going to give them away to backers after we fund as a celebration. I also am going to do a issue 1 and 2 commentary. We're going to go through it with my wife and Chuck's Raw Review. If anybody follows them online, we're going to do with them, and he's going to go through and give us commentary and questions as we go through. So it'll be cool. So we need to be funded to get all those things.
Yeah, and you guys will. You will definitely get funded and more. You've got 12 days to go.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to make it happen for you. It's going to be fantastic. Now, are you going to be attending any conventions this year?
Yeah, of course. I'm attending one this weekend. It's called Space Coast Comic Con right in Cocoa, Florida.
Nice.
And then I've got Brick City Comic Con in March. And then April, we have MegaCon. Those are the 3 big ones that are lined up. Yes, you got to go to
MegaCon, man. I got to go to a MegaCon.
It's going to be big this year. We've got Jim Lee. We've got John Romita Jr. Hold on, I can't keep talking because I have the insider list and I got to remember what's announced.
What's been announced?
Yeah. So that's all I'm going to say right now. But Jim Lee is there.
Yes.
The whole cast of The Office is there. Not Steve Carell or Jim Pam, but all the other guys just out in the background. Not Dwight either. So everyone else who doesn't matter in
everyone
Office
who had 3 lines will be there.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's Creed. I think he had 5 lines because just the last seasons. It's not because he per episode only 5.
But yeah, man. So it's awesome, dude. Thanks for coming on the show, man. We appreciate this.
Definitely.
Glad to see this project up and running. You're almost there. Again, everyone, make sure to back this. And look, if you don't have the funds, what's the next best thing we always, preach out to do? Share.
Yeah.
Post it up on your Facebook, throw it up on your Twitter, do an Instagram post if you want. Help Travis get to the goal, make this book happen, get your free digital copy. And Frank, amazing. Nile can meet Jim Lee again. Yes, that was fun.
Yeah, if you're on the fence about this book, just go to the Kickstarter and read the first issue and you'll be hooked. He's giving that to you for free, man. Free is like my favorite number.
It really is great. Travis, did send us copies, and dude, it's good shit. It's really good stuff. I love it. I can't wait to see what else you've got coming out. I'm gonna definitely be looking for those next campaigns.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah,
and I know Billy enjoyed it too. And again, Billy apologizes he's not here tonight. He's got the flu. He was gonna come on, but then he sent me a text. He's like, "Dude, I can't." I'm like, "All right, man, no worries."
Well, you want to hear my Billy story anyway? So
yeah, let's hear the Billy story.
Yeah.
So I'm a young kid in 2002 with my first comic, and I have a sketchbook. And I'm in a lane, and it has Brian Michael Bendis, and Brian Michael Bendis had just finished his first 6 or 7 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. Brian Michael Bendis and I have been friends for years. I used to be one of the earliest message board guys. I even stole from McDonald's the hash browns, the Monopoly hash browns, and sent him the stickers for his Monopoly game. I stole a whole tray about this big and sent it to Brian Michael Bendis.
That is awesome.
And I have a sketch of him, and he drew, himself with a little McDonald's hat. So I'm in this aisle, and next to Brian, if you guys know Brian Michael Bendis for any length of time, he's a huge fan. Oh, Lee, yes, Lee's a huge backer. He's got the first 2 issues. I do. It's a good book. Like, I'm not blowing smoke. I really buy it. Go order it.
We don't get anything out of saying it's a good book, and we've checked out the book. It's a good book.
Yeah.
And I've always fulfilled earlier than on time or earlier than scheduled. So anyways, so he's sitting next to David Mack. So you got David Mack for Kabuki, and you've got Billy for She, and they're all in kind of a row.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a young kid. In my mind, I have $50 for a sketch because, you know, I'm a kid. I probably had like 20 or 30. And I remember going between the two, like looking at the David Mack and his beautiful painting, because he's doing this beautiful painting thing, and Billy doing some sketches. And I go up to Billy and I go, Billy, this is how much money. I'd really like a sketch. Can you sign a couple of She books that I have? I'd really like a sketch from you. And he's like, how much you got? He's like 30. And he's like, really think you want a Kabuki sketch. I think that would be better. Kabuki. I'm a young 17-year-old kid.
That did not go where I thought it was going to go.
No, he was nice, but you know, you think you have a lot of money, right? With these sketches, you don't know how much these things cost, so you're just walking up to people and going, "Hey, I've got $30. What do you do?" He's like, "Yeah, I think David Mack would be a better fit for you."
That's nuts.
Man,
it's not a dick move. I think it's just an
burn, bro. You got burned by the chooch.
God,
that's him being like, man, I'm too busy. Hey, kid.
Man, I was thinking he was going to be like, hey, kid,
have a Coke.
No, I don't. Yeah, hey, kid, have a Coke. Hey, I don't really have time to do this, but I tell you what, if you give me that $30, I'll give you this original cover of She #4. Here you go.
Right.
It's like, great.
I clearly wasn't charming enough. So I got my sketch from David Mack, which I'm very proud of. I love my sketch from David Mack. Can
we see it?
If you guys wait a minute, yeah, I can go.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, hold on.
Perfect.
Man, we can wait for greatness. I want to see a Kabuki sketch.
Hell yeah, that'll be freaking awesome.
Man, so you know with this this broke down in 4 dead bodies, or 5 dead bodies now.
Maybe it's going to become 6.
Man, I'm just. I wonder if we're going to find out what's in the case.
Yeah, I wonder. I guess you can find out if you back the campaign.
Hey.
Let's refresh this screen and see if I'll draw you an eyeball. Thanks, Mob Seat.
Mob Seat is the best.
Mob Seat's the best.
All right. And I got to tell a second story because you made me bring out this book, if you don't mind. So why I'm looking through this book, you know, back to Kickstarter.
Sorry, I meant to.
So this is the Bendis one that I was talking about with the McDonald's story. See, I don't make, though I make up stories, you have to pay for those ones. Those ones are in the Kickstarter. All right, hold on. And where is David Mack? I've got, I'll actually go through some of these. I got Alex Savini doing Magneto. Magneto's my man. This is Joe Poe.
Wow, that just looks incredible.
That is awesome.
Not good. Let me see what I got.
Do you like Magneto?
I do. I do.
So let me ask. I've always wanted to like get the sketchbook, give it to the artist, get them all in there. But what's it like when the artist is like, "Can I take this home with me?"
It's very scary. It's super scary when that happens. It's happened a few times. I got a Ramos. If you guys are Crimson fan.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
We've got Mike Wagner. I'm an old school guy, so I've got a lot of really cool stuff in here.
Where'd you get the rainbow sketch from?
I don't even remember, man. Like I've been to so many cons over the years.
That was during the Crimson time, during the Cliffhanger time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome.
2002, 2005, somewhere around there. I can't even remember the name of this book. Help me out, guys.
Oh, is that
Dead some I can't even think of his name. Can't think of her name. So you guys are on. It's gonna embarrass me. All right. Here I'm going through. I'm gonna find it. All right, so here's my other story. You ready for that before we get to that?
Definitely. Yeah, we can interject. Go ahead.
You guys know I love Magneto. As you can see, I've showed you a couple sketches. So
I heard a rumor.
Yeah. So I go up to Mike Magnalia. And I'm like, "Hey, can I get a Magneto sketch?" He's like, "Sure, kid." So he takes my money. Actually, I don't think he took my money. Let me take that out. And he draws this.
Oh no shit, Hellboy.
He draws Hellboy. Which is mad cool.
Dude, that's awesome.
Looks me in the face and says, "We good?"
Oh shit.
I was like, yeah, we're good. So I didn't know this at the time, but apparently prior to him working for Marvel, he wouldn't do anything but Hellboy. Like when he was still in his Dark Horse days, he didn't do anything but Hellboy sketches. That's it. He wouldn't break that for cons or anything for fans. So I did not know that. So he drew Hellboy. And how can you complain about Hellboy?
So I think from reading the chat, we need to start hashtagging Billy owes Travis a sketch.
This
Oh,
is
wow. The whole New Warriors.
Yeah, so this is
Wow.
Carl Moline, the guy who does Buffy and Frey. I had this done over the course of 10 years, all colored.
Dude,
Yeah.
how amazing was Frey?
Yeah. That's a good book.
I would have loved to have seen that. I'm glad they brought it back for the season 9.
He's a good friend of mine. If you guys ever want him on the show, just message me.
Solid.
All right, so we're almost there, I think. Got John Betty, did a Magneto.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sorry, I just showed it quick. We're going through, we're getting there. We're in my Magneto. Jim Fern. If you guys like Jim Fern, that one's hard to see.
Yeah, we can see it though. Nice.
God, that New Warriors picture was amazing.
It is. It's
That
really,
was.
really good. Brandon Peterson.
Oh, I like
Nice.
that. Nice.
We're getting there. Oh, we're almost to the David Mack. Here's George Perez in 2002 and 2014.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. You can kind of see him growing as an artist, even as his age, you know? Which is
Speaking
kinda
of
cool.
George Perez, keep your eyes peeled on Twitter, people.
All right. Are we ready?
That's very ominous now.
Possible future guest for maybe next week?
What?
What?
My God.
Sleep on that one.
So do we want to wait?
America.
I've got a couple of other good sketches here. Do you want to see those before the David
Yeah,
Mack?
definitely.
For the David Mack? All right.
Definitely build us up so you can knock us down.
George Gentry's.
Nice.
Nice.
Philip Tan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a Sharpie. Just broke it
Yeah,
down.
Sharpie.
Mr. Scotty Young.
Nice.
Scotty Young.
And this is a really cool one. So can you guys see that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that was a
Negative
really cool.
space.
So he all he did was like he did a pencil like scratches. He's like, I promise it's gonna be good. That is Mr. Greg Land.
Wow. I
Nice.
like that a lot.
Trying to make that better. Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Bart Sears.
Mr. Sears.
Man, he's going to be here next weekend. I'm going to go hang out. Talk to him.
Sergio Capelli, best known for his Action Bible.
Yeah. I tried getting him on the show as his like manager or whatever is like, he doesn't do that. I was like,
Oh.
okay, have a great day.
Okay, I could probably fix that too.
Nice.
Yeah, make that happen, Travis, and be a guest co-host with us.
All right. So now is the time for.
Now is the time.
I showed the Jim Fern.
You got the touch.
The Midas touch.
Oh,
Oh,
no, that's
what?
you've seen that one.
Oh,
You've seen-
yeah.
whoa.
I didn't see
No.
it.
Wait. That wasn't it.
I
Hold on.
didn't see
All
it.
right, there we go.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, watercolor.
So
Or is
you
that
can't-
ink?
No, it's watercolor.
It is
He did-
watercolor. Yeah.
He did watercolor. Actually, it was paint. It may have been ink, but
Looks like it's a watercolor and a little ink, or he watered down the ink
yep.
for that
Yeah.
lower accent. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, that is pretty crazy good.
So
Very
I mean,
cool.
I think I did pretty good. We'll see what Billy comes up with, but
Yeah, make sure. Remember, everyone. Hashtag Billy owes Travis a sketch. I put the hashtag in the chat for everyone.
right.
But,
Thanks, Frank Amazing. Thanks, Frank Amazing. Niall didn't know what was going on.
No,
Yeah.
I did that. That was me. That was me.
Well, why did you say it wrong and then correct it in chat?
You shut your mouth, Blevins.
Man,
Unbelievable. You're embarrassing me in front of Travis right now.
You're gonna mess with me like 16 or 17 more times, and I'm gonna be out of here.
I know. But Travis, man, it is 10:30. It's the top of the top of the end of our show. Before we get into some little goodies that I'm gonna show off. So again, everyone, thank you so much for coming on and having Travis here. We have, oh my God, we're so close. Come on, people, so close. I better wake up tomorrow morning and see this thing at 2,700. That's all I'm saying.
To be fair, I was showing sketches. They didn't want to turn away.
That's true.
So
That's true.
It's not.
That's true.
They all wanted to go, but I kept showing sketches.
That's true. But I'm just gonna refresh one more time. I'm just gonna double check. All right. Refreshed. We're still at $2,300 here, people. But anywho, if you get a chance, check it out. Read the first issue. It's free. It is free on Kickstarter. Take advantage of it. A lot of creators don't do this. I'm telling you, a lot of creators don't do it. I'm going to prove it right here. Boom. You click this link. Bam. Issue 1 right there for you, free of charge. So make sure to check that out. Read it tonight. And
it's a gift from Travis.
It's a gift from Travis to you. So Travis, thanks again. Keep us in the loop with everything that's going on. How can everyone follow you?
So they can follow me at Jesterlou, JESTERLOU, at Instagram and Twitter, or you can just find me on Facebook, Travis Gibb. You can go to brokedown4deadbodies.com or Brokedown Comics. They'll both go to the same site. Actually, Brokedown Comics will go to the Kickstarter right now, but normally it'll go to the same site.
Fantastic.
Good, man. Great work.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Great work. Love the stories. Keep on writing. Keep on creating. Keep us in the loop. Anything you have coming on, once you're on the show, our little thing is you're now part of the Crowdfunding Comics family. If I throw a promo up of a guest, maybe someone someone you've always wanted to meet, don't hesitate to reach out.
All right.
Maybe you can add something great to the show. And also new books coming out, new campaigns, things you have going on. Shoot us a message and we'll get you back on.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. We'll get that taken care of. We'll go ahead and get Carl on this show. I know he has a campaign in March. We'll see if we can get that to happen.
Oh, that'd be
talk
great.
to Buffy and Frey. Yeah, Electric Black has a Kickstarter coming out in March. So Scout has actually got to do a Kickstarter, which is pretty cool.
Electric Black, who's drawing that? That's Schmeckel?
Schmeckel and Rich Woodall normally do it, but for this particular book, the one that's on Kickstarter has Carl Merlin. It has Walter Otley.
Nice.
I don't know the other two because those are two that have worked for me. So
I've been trying to get Schmelke, Ben Bishop, and Dylan Andrews on the show. I don't know if you're familiar with the other guys. I just can't get them on. At least Dylan's like, I don't really like being on camera. I'm like, all right.
Smokey's funny as hell too. You really need him.
I know. Put a good word in. It's a good show. I'm telling you. It's a good place to chat.
We'll make it happen. We'll get somebody from Electric Black, but definitely Carl. We'll get Carl on. So Carl.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'd love to get Carl on. That'd be awesome. And you'll be a guest host with us. That'll be fantastic.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. I'll make him feel comfortable.
Perfect. Again, Travis, I appreciate that. Thank you for everything. And, guys, get out there and back this book and share on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you can do. So, again, Travis, thank you so much. We wish you a good night, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Mr. Blevins.
God.
What a great show tonight. Another great guest. Travis is awesome. Again, a wonderful creator. I mean, he's a fantastic writer. I'm really enjoying the books I'm reading that he sent me. The art is great. You know what? Like the art kind of reminded me of, it was that cartoon on MTV that I loved. And again, it's similar, but it was just kind of different. What's that?
Aeon
Yes.
Flux. Yeah, it had a very, very, very clinch like Aeon Flux vibe to it.
Yes, exactly. And I loved that because it's captivating. It's different. It is that kind of an anime style, like he said, but with that Americanized twist, modernized, slim lines, dynamic colors, also some dark, deep lines that really just kind of pop out at you, and just how it's written, with that film background. I mean, how many times do we have guests with a film background? I mean, the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, those are the books where I'm like, man, that'd make a great movie, or that'd make a great, Netflix miniseries or series. Who knows? But Just absolutely fantastic. But before we go out tonight, there's a few things. I think I'm going to start doing this on the show. And please, I open this up to anyone. If you want to send us anything to review, any goodies or anything that you may have, please do it. We love that stuff, and we'll be happy to review it. So in the chat, we have Heroenberg in, and they sent me a package. I can't show you the other side because it has my address on it. But it was just, hey, we love what you guys are doing. And, we share this stuff with Billy. And, hey, we want to get some stuff to you, too. So I figure, I'm going to open this live on the air. And we will see, let's see what I got. You know what I mean, Mr. Blevins?
I do know what you mean.
Sorry, I hit the wrong thing.
That's right.
So let's check it out. So we've got some great stuff here. Oh, nice. Nice. Something just fell. So first we've got a t-shirt. Wow. Dude, that's amazing. Check that out.
Nice.
Beautiful. That is a sick shirt. Sorry for anything that's green because it's like picking up the background. That is awesome. Awesome t-shirt. Check out those characters. So cool. So cool.
Well, we know what you're going to be. We know what you're going to be wearing tomorrow night with Marat Michaels.
Heck yeah. And then we've got a flash drive here, I think. So they do a show as well. So it's kind of a comic books with like a, I believe like some live action stuff. Heroin, please correct me in any way. Yeah. So I've got an episode here, which I'm going to pop in my Surface tonight and watch it before I go to bed. Also, look them up. I mean, great stuff putting together and great reviews out there of what they're doing. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we have, a lovely letter. Perfect. Just kind of, explaining everything of what they have going on. Man, this is so cool. I so appreciate this. I really hope more people will do this, getting us some stuff. And, man, this is awesome. Current comics. Look at that. So check this out. It's like some indie comic strips, man.
Nice.
And there's a book. So this is so cool. So right here, as you can see, remember right there. That's their strip. That's awesome. So they sent a couple of these. Very cool. Here's another one. I won't unfold the whole thing, but how cool is that? Oh my gosh, I love the strips. Ah, man, I'm total Sunday funnies, man. And then wow, icing on the cake right here. Oh, this is beautiful. I got to take this out of the package. Look at that, man.
Nice.
You see that? Holy smokes. Look at the quality. Look at the quality of this book. Look at the art, the colors.
Yeah, that's pretty
amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. I got to pull this baby out here. Wow. This is high quality print. Oh man, check out this art. How detailed this is. I don't want to ruin the book, but look at that. Sorry again for any greens because I have the green screen, but I mean, from what you can see, I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. So again, guys, check them out. Go online, look them up. Please, Hero and Bird, post in anything you want into the. You know what? I think I have to do it, man. I think I'm going to award them a wrench.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm going to award them a wrench. Why not, right? I mean, we all got to support them. Exactly. Here we go. Let's check this out. So here, the strip comes out every other week in our local alt weekly Pittsburgh Current. Wow. Comic book cover by DC Comics Jason Wright. Man, he colored EVS Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Wow. I'm going to award them the coveted wrench. Yes, good idea, comics. Who will be on the show? I'm thinking next week. He's a local friend of mine who does some really cool books. A little more adult books, but fun nonetheless. Nice. The wrench shall be given, everyone. The wrench shall be given.
The Nile giveth, and the Nile can taketh
The
away.
Nile giveth, and the Nile taketh away.
Man, I just want to say one more time before we go, man. Broke down 4 dead bodies. Man, it's going to be it's pretty awesome. And man, you got somebody who's so hyped about his book that he's giving away the first issue for free.
Dude, that just shows you how confident he is in his
Dude, what's
product.
up?
And it's not
Well-
even arrogance. You know what that is? That's tested. It's a tested product. People have read it. People reviewed it. You know, it's not
Absolutely.
like, hey, look at me, I'm awesome. You know?
Yeah, 4 dead bodies, 1 price. I mean,
Exactly.
how incredible. You're making me jelly with all your freebies.
I know, right? So here you go. You want to see episodes. Got that right there? See that? That's the website you got to go to after the show. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I'm going to... Here we go. Boom. The wrench
Wrenched it
has
up.
been handed over. This way they can now post everything they're doing.
They
If
can
you
put a
join the
link.
show, Heroine, if you have anything going on, feel free to post that and post any links to any other great projects of any friends of yours or anything that you have going on. So again, everyone, thank you so much. Mopsy, adult books, NC-17, correct. I know that's not really up your league, but those were, those are the type of books, but they're tastefully done. Let me put it that way. Very tastefully done. They are for mature readers. But then, and again, everyone, super lineup this week. Super lineup before we go. Once we're off the air, make sure to head on over to Mandy's page. This show is fun. It is so fun. What they do is just hilarious. So check that out. And then tomorrow night, 9 p.m., it's Bad Girls Edition. We've got Naughty by Nature, Marette Michaels. Do you poo? We all poo. And famous penciler for Image Comics, working with Rob Liefeld. And then we've got our special guest, Dan Mendoza, Zombie Tramp. Just fun guys, both with some great projects. So join us tomorrow night for that. And last but not least, Thursday, 9 p.m., what's been hitting the indie scene.
It's blowing up.
It's blowing up on Indiegogo.
Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone and Chuck Dixon wrote the Expendable comic, and you guys have to check that out.
He's been sharing that on his Instagram, right?
He's been sharing on his Instagram. I'd love to find a way to get him on the show.
Chuck Dixon, Graham Nolan.
I mean, just legends. Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan. If you don't know him, get to know him. They kind of created a little character named Bane. I mean, Chuck has worked on... actually, Chuck is the longest running writer for Batman.
That's crazy.
Birds of Prey. Say What You Want. I was talking to Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda, and they were telling us about the screening. I mean, they're like, no joke, this movie is intense. So, get your tickets for that. I can't wait for that. But yeah, man, amazing show. And one last thing too, for some of you that know, I'm working on my book. It's Medico. He's the whole take on the plague doctor, but something different. But doing a lot of research. And anyone that's writing anything that has any, what do you call it? Historical fiction. And you're working on medieval stuff and you want to understand armor, weapons, things like that. I came across this beauty. Arms and Armored, 700 pages, a glossary of the construction, decoration, and use of arms and armory in all countries and in all times.
That's crazy.
No joke, dude.
Medico will be historically accurate.
It's historical fiction and it's intense. And let me put it this way. If you like Spawn, if you're a fan of Batman, you're a fan of that anti-hero with some incredible abilities, great personality, and it wants to do the right thing, go to my Facebook and stuff. You can see sketches of Medico. Then actually, I could show them my first concept sketch. Should I do it? Should I actually step away from the chair?
Why would you not do it? That's what
anyways, get this book. Great resource. That's the thing. A lot of research needs to be done. Hang on one second.
Now that he's gone, help me. They have me trapped I cannot leave. I don't understand.
I'm not going to give away too much up front because I'm making a big video, the undertaking. So this was my very first concept of Medico.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very first concept. It's still not even done. I didn't even finish the background. Those are the pencils right there. You can see.
Hey, blow it up. Blow it up.
Oh,
Blow
yeah,
your
yeah,
screen
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Boom, shakalaka. Got to keep my Blevins there. So that was the first official concept. And I was like,
Like you're
There
looking
you
at
have it.
history right there. That's when everything changed.
that's when it all began.
That sketch is what brought on crowdfunding.
That is.
comics.
I don't want to finish that little concept. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. You know? So then I can be like, oh, this is where I started it. You know? This is the book that never became. Oh, no. But no. All right, everyone. So, Blevins, thank you. Billy's
Thanks for
hoping
having
to
me.
be better tomorrow and should be back on the show. I'm hoping he can do it and pull it off. But, yeah. Great show, Mr. B.
It was, man. Both guests were incredible tonight.
Yes, they were.
It's
They
pretty
were.
awesome.
So, all right, everyone. Thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. with Marat Michaels and Dan Mendoza. Thank you again. And Hiram Bird, thank you so much for sending stuff. Really appreciate it. Again, it's open to anyone. You want us to review anything, check anything out, just want to send us something, we'll throw it on the show, do a live opening. Yeah, thank you again. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Blevins.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Scala.
Good night, Blevins. Toodles.
Hey guys, thanks again for tuning into Crowdfunding Comics. We look forward to hanging out with all of our crowdfunding fans every time we go live. And don't forget to click the link below and subscribe to our channel. And there's a little bell, you may want to hit that too. This way you get all the great notifications when we go live and when we upload some awesome content. You want to follow us? Sure, go right ahead at Twitter at CrowdFundComics with an X, Instagram Crowdfunding Comics, and Facebook at Crowdfunding Comics. Till next time, crowdfunding fans, we'll see you soon.